calm down. It's only Thursday. Oh man, I gotta stop opening up with songs and shit. But like I said today, I'm way under the weather right now, but I got some new stuff. Just trying to test my new equipment out just to see if this stuff works. I can't get into the nitty gritty in it, but got some things that will help me with my live stream so it'll stop sputtering and stuff. But we're gonna see if it works. We're gonna see if this stuff works. So this will probably only be about an hour long. It can't be no more than an hour because I don't have a specific topic, but I do have a couple of videos I can go over, a couple of topics. We can start off. Oh, you know what I can put as my background right now? Hold on for a second. I love this. This is one of my favorite memes right here. It didn't. It didn't share. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. This is it right here. Oh man. Should I put? Ooh, I forgot a couple things. Put this thing up right here. But yep, gonna be no cameras today. No cameras today. No cameras today. No cameras today, man. Right, we're gonna have my Instagram up. We're gonna have my Twitter, my tweeter. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's a go today. Everything's a go today. But man, yeah, this is one of my favorite memes right here. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up? Swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed? Man, that's crazy. He had that on camera. And it doesn't help. It really doesn't help that he has it really doesn't help that he's literally gallivanting in that robe that he got on. That joint looked like a whole dress. He was looking crazy. Also, how's the sound? How's the spelling? Hit a 1 in the chat if my sound's good. Because I'm using some different stuff today. But my sound should still be straight. My sound should still be straight. I don't know if it's too powerful. If it's not, hit a 1 in the chat if my audio is good. Yes, sir. Hit a 1 in the chat if my audio is good. I'm gonna try something else too. Let's try, because the stuff should stop. It should stop sputtering. Because like I know, like on some of my live streams, it'll be like I'll show one video be good, the next won't be. But let's check something now. I did let's try something real quick. Oh, perfect. Let's try this Bill Burr clip real quick. See if we're good. Let's see if we're good. Yes, sir. Let's see if we're good here.
For
therapy. Yeah, I went to therapy.
But you stopped going?
Well, after a while, it's just like, well, you know, I've told all the bad stories and I'm always going to have problems. This is just becoming like this, you know, lifelong car payment now to have to come over here. Be like, well, this happened.
Yeah. Hit a 1 in the chat. Oh, sorry. Hit a 2 in the chat now if the video audio is good. Hit a 2 in the chat if the video audio is good. I played a little bit of it. Hit a 2 in the chat if the video audio is good. What's up, Angel? Thank you. All right, we're good. Good. This is a lot of. I'm just trying to see if these videos are gonna be playing smoothly. I got some new things just to make sure.
My garage door was locked, and I just felt like a pussy after a while. Like, when are you gonna just, you know, get off this fucking couch here and go live your life and stop having to talk to this fucking person?
Yeah, you're full of anger. Because you flog yourself for being vulnerable.
Oh, would you stop it? Yeah. Like you have some sort of psychology degree?
10 years in therapy.
So what? I've watched football for 40 years. I shouldn't be somebody's coach.
I agree.
You ever seen a shrink before?
See, I see one chat. Let me see. Video bit blur. Oh, that's because I know why. Because it's not full. This is not full screen. This is like you to get it full screen on Instagram. I'll be hit up. I gotta hit this right here, and then just blow it up. I don't even want to do that. I just wanted to see if this video was playing. But right here, that is an example of toxic
Ever seen a
femininity.
shrink before?
And one of the main things I wanted to go at this year
Ever seen a shrink before?
is like I want to launch. I know it's kind of corny, but I want to launch an attack on therapy in this country. What therapy really is, only because I know the people that lift up therapy in the air, like like it's the thing. I know these people, and I'm like, I don't think these are the people. It seems like the people that praise therapy are people. It's like these are former mean girls that I would see in high school, or former mean girls I would see in college. Right? Hold on for a second. These would be former mean girls I would see, and I would be like, these are the people that are lifting up therapy in the air are people that have no business talking about healing or any of that stuff, aka Jada Pickett Smith. These people, they have no business talking about these kind of things. You're better off listening to a murderer or a prisoner, right? Or a man with a criminal record than some of these people, right? So this is what, you know what I mean, what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm looking at okay, I see why it's a little bit blurry. Okay, I'll get that fixed. But this thing with therapy, I'm going to be challenging that thing. Meaning I'm going to be going on. Okay, so before I created this podcast, or I mean started creating this kind of content, because I've had this channel for 10 years, but I had like 70 subscribers. This was like I only used that channel to put like my music on there so I can get certain gigs and stuff like that. And as like a reference for other musicians to use. But before I started creating this kind of this kind of content, what I would do is my cousin had a YouTube channel that I might, you know what, let me show it. Let me show it. Let me show it. Let me show it. I'm going to show you my cousin's podcast. I went there in 2020. I started going, he started basically, videotaping us doing certain stuff in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And we would make some great content together. Let me Okay, I like how this is running so far. Let me show you cousin's channel real quick, because he's a musician as well. So this is my I'm going to show you my cousin's channel. So this is my cousin's channel, 509 Bosco, right? He does all types of content. He does music, he does everything, bro. Photography, videos. He created a show from Connecticut. You see it right here, CT Baddies, right? He created a show out of nothing and made it so much so that they basically, like, I'm talking about producers from the Zeus Network or whatever that channel that Michael Jack Blackson is on. They basically took the show from him, and the girls that he put on that show basically turned on him and basically betrayed him because they started getting too big for their britches. But this is my cousin's channel right here, and he started videotaping me on his podcast. He would have his own podcast and he'd have me on. I'm trying to see if I can find an example from 2 or 3 years ago where I was on. This is one of my first. Okay, right here. So this was my first time on a pod right here. So this is the first time I was on a podcast. So before I created my stuff. So right here, let me see.
We rolling. We rolling.
So this is me. This is me, 2021. This is me wearing the oh, I'm not sharing the tab. My shit, I'm not. Oh shoot, let me not. So oh wow, I'm not even sharing the tab. My bad, guys. So this is my cousin's pod right here. So I was on. So right here, I was on. This is my cousin's podcast. This was me in 2021. This was the first time I was ever on a podcast. So he basically put me onto the idea that I can really start creating, by myself, because I would just go on my cousin's pod and just see if I liked it. You know what I mean? This is me having a grand old time. This is me when I used to have an afro.
Hey, come in, what?
So,
and we got a couple topics lined up, for the first time in 509 Squadcast history, niggas got topics.
So yeah, so even now, this was not obviously a manosphere type or RP related type thing, but this was the start of it all, really. This is the start of it all. So my first because my first manosphere related content, it was a live stream I did in 2022 in about, I think it was February or March. And that's when I actually started creating. That was when the first time I video recorded myself. When I actually video recorded myself. So right here, you see me here, looking like a black anime fan. You know what I'm saying? But this is where I started doing this kind of stuff and started putting certain ideas and topics out there.
Streamers now, you know that? Niggas could go online and watch the mafia operate. Yes.
Interesting. But yeah, that's just a little blast from the past. But let's go back to Bill Burr here. Let's close this tab. Let's go right back to what the hell? Okay, here we go. Let's go back to Bill Burr here. So right here, Bill Burr talks about therapy. And I believe one of the traits of toxic femininity that we have to attack is therapy. And the use of, oh, you need healing, you need you seek help and all this kind of stuff. And here you see Bill Burr trying to open up about what he feels about therapy. And unironically, I guess I can say, the woman here that believes in therapy basically gives therapy a bad name by dismissing Bill Burr's thoughts on what he thinks therapy is. Unironically, you know what I mean? Oh, tactical insider. My guy, hold on for a second. It's been a minute. Man, I'll say I'll say this. I don't know, because this is still a bit of a test live show. I got a different new equipment. I still got to learn how to share people, let people on the live stream. But I don't know, in about a month or two, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do a live stream specifically on, because I've already done it before, but I'm going to specifically. Oh man, shout out to you. One day, I don't know, whenever you have the time, I don't know when, but I'm gonna do a live stream on Bill Cosby. And the people don't, and when you explain what happened with the Bill Cosby case, I was like, oh man, you know what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. People don't understand the term precedence. When we talk about precedents, when you set a precedent, I don't know, president or precedents, I don't know. When you set a precedent, right? when I was in high school, when that Bill Cosby case came out, I was like, this was before I was RP aware. I was like, this can't be good. I'm like, there can't be, there's no way where now 304s can reach. Yes, you. Man, when yes, you, bro. I gotta have you on in the near future, but it's gotta be it's gotta be a live stream. Of course, AJ and others, but I want to do one specifically on that Bill Cosby case because people get mad when I bring it up, but I need people with knowledge that understand about that case. And you're one of the few people that actually understood what was happening. And we can talk about Orange Man. He said, I'm old. I don't remember. But I remember you were on AJ's live stream and we were talking about Bill Cosby. And people don't understand, like, because of that case, this is why Me Too has run amok. And Orange Man. You know what I mean? But we gotta talk about this stuff. And we can talk about the military stuff. But I hope you still have that idea in mind when I was talking about we really should just have like midgets in place of the ladies in the military and use them as certain weapons. Use them because they could be useful. We could use male midgets and help, and they could do some things. I don't know if you remember that, but this is what we need to talk. We need to talk more in depth on that end. We need to talk more in depth on that end. But back to back to Bill Burr. Back to Bill Burr. We need this whole therapy thing where they're using it as a weapon, not as a source of healing or actually trying to make a change. Women are using it as a weapon. You know what I mean? So here we're gonna have Bill Burr talk, and we're gonna have the woman here. I think Tom Segura's wife, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how she's related to Tom Segura, but she's gonna question Bill about what he thinks about therapy.
Therapy. Yeah, I went to therapy.
But you stopped going?
Well, after a while, it's just like, well, I've told all the bad stories and I'm always going to have problems. This is just becoming like this, lifelong car payment now to have to come over here. Be like, well, this happened.
Yeah.
My garage door was locked. And I just felt like a pussy after a while. Like, when are you going to just, get off this fucking couch here and go live your life and stop having to talk to this fucking person?
Yeah, you're full of anger. Because you flog yourself for being vulnerable.
Oh, would you stop it? Like you have some sort of psychology degree?
10 years in therapy.
So what? I've watched football for 40 years. I shouldn't be somebody's coach.
I agree.
You ever seen a shrink before?
Oh man, Bill Burr. This is one of the few people outside of Corey Holcomb. If Bill Burr were to come to an area near me, I'm gonna pay tickets to watch him. He's one of the few, like Corey Holcomb. Yeah, I think Corey Holcomb, Bill Burr, and one other person that I'm curious to hear his stand-up, Doug Stanhope. I don't know if you guys know who Doug Stanhope is, but I've seen him a couple of times. I've heard the stuff he said. I'm like, wow, this guy is wild. So, but yeah, Corey Holcomb, I anytime he comes, around town, and if I can watch his show, I pay the ticket. It's not a whole lot of good comedians out there that are really elite at stand-up or just naturally that funny. Dave Chappelle is great. He makes great specials, but a lot of his stand-ups end up turning into a lecture, which is fine, but a lot of the stuff that Dave Chappelle says in his stand-up lectures, I like to call it, Corey Holcomb has been saying it on the 5150 show for years. Even when Dave Chappelle was making that great point about my money, my choice, my body, my choice, my money, my choice. Corey Holcomb's been saying that shit for years. You know what I mean? So I don't want to pay so much money, you know what I'm saying, for a lecture. You know what I mean? I might, I'll probably, maybe Chris Rock I'll probably see. But anyway, Bill Burr has made a great point here. And he's talking about eventually you should be graduating from going into therapy. And he really opens up as a man. He's giving a woman the male insight into why men can be a bit dismissive of therapy. And instead of going deeper into that, she makes a judgment. She makes a quick judgment right away. Oh, you're so full of anger. It's just like, it was like you knew she was going to say something like that. She has like this pompous voice. She just has that voice where it's just like, oh my God, this bitch is like, and Bill Burr responds in kind. You know what I mean? And I will say this: if you are in a relationship, and I know I shouldn't be going into stuff like this, but I believe this. I'm not no expert on relationships, but I'll say this: if your woman is all of a sudden pushing you to go into therapy, that's got to be a red flag. I could be wrong, but that's got to be a red flag, because a lot of the times they're trying to use the therapy for you to open up, but they're using it as a weapon. Basically, oh, you need it. You know what I mean? And then what happens is you'll even have a lot of female psychologists. Some of the female psychologists are coming out and saying like, look, I remember basically refereeing a therapy session, and the woman started to hate me when I started to ask her to be accountable. So for women to come out, for women psychologists to come out and say this, it already shows you what therapy is mostly used for. You know what I mean? So this is something. If she's forcing you into therapy, that's got to be a red flag. But speaking of toxic femininity, I got a perfect example. Let me not show all of my business real quick. I'm going to pull up something because I really wanted to show this video. I'm going to do a he said midgets, they are below the firing line, easy to dodge bullets. I'm just saying, because look, tactical, bro. Look, I don't know if you guys know, but tactical was basically going into the insights in the military, where they place women in the military, what they do, where you can how you can use them, and basically how they basically end up moving them around to do certain things, but not actually see certain things. So I'm like, what's the point in doing all this, fitting a square peg in a round hole, where I actually have a better solution? But this is where the military has to be honest. Why do you have these ladies in the military if you're not going to actually use them the same way? What's the point in bringing them unless if you're going to be honest? And you're just going to let us know, oh, they're just there to bust down for the troops. And if they gave me that as the answer, I can respect it and I'll just leave it alone. But clearly, there's no use of them being there unless they're going to bust down for the troops. And I in the back of my mind, I think that's really the reason why a lot of them are there, because, back in the day, if the soldiers want to get their rocks off, they're just, they stop at a station, they go into the town. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of the times they don't want to always go into town in the towns. So it'd be easier for them if you have females in the battalion that are willing to bust down, especially for the commandant, the commander. So if the military people were honest, you could do that. Ooh, Angel with some facts. He said in Vietnam War they use 5-foot soldiers in tunnels to hunt Viet Cong. That's very useful, bro. That's useful. That's being useful. What? Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, because Corey Holcomb has covered this too. It's like, what is the point of having female soldiers over there? Like, because okay, you have your female soldiers, right? They get captured. Now we already know what happens to female prisoners in war. We already know. So now female soldiers get captured. Now we got to expend resources to to rescue, because we already know what's happening, and that we lose even more people. It's just, nah, man. And then on top of that, they can brag on, oh man, we got their women, and then they're gonna post that ish online, make us look. It's just a terrible look. And then on top of that, what's gonna happen? It's not like they're gonna mess with all the female soldiers. They're gonna use one and use her as an example. Then the female soldiers are like, I don't want that to happen to me. They're gonna basically give up all the information on our base, right? They're gonna give up all the information about where we are tactically. Is There's no point. There's no point in having them over there. But like I said, the military needs to come out and be honest. You need female soldiers. The reason why you want it is because it's so they can buzz down for the soldiers already that we have. So but they they won't admit this. I think that's what it is, but they just can't admit this. But anyway, I gotta bring up this. I gotta bring this up real quick though. I gotta bring this up. This video right here that I saw this morning. I'm most likely gonna do a video on it tomorrow. I just gotta find it. Oh, so right here. Oh, Jesus, man. Hopefully the video doesn't give me a copyright, but I'm pretty sure. So right here, we're gonna have what I like to call, well, let me describe this situation right here. What you're gonna see here, you're gonna have a lady describing a young woman describing her 4 weeks before her self-deletion attempt. Okay. This is gonna be tactical. I'm looking at your comment, but I'm sorry, bro. I gotta disagree. I know what you mean. In the past, historically, we've had spies, but like I said, with the spies. Wait, hold on for a second. In special operations, we have something called FED teams, female-based teams that go into Muslim-based areas where culturally the women are more likely to talk to female soldiers than men. Spies. So yeah, like we have, like I said, when it comes to the FBI or you know what I mean, that's different. Or for spying purposes, I'm blanking on the term. Yes, but in terms of like a soldier, nah. But anyway, so right here, so right here, we're gonna have. This is gonna be a young lady. She doesn't look more than 22 or 24. She doesn't look more than 24 or 23 here. So she's gonna describe her 4 weeks before her self-deletion attempt, and apparently she documented it. So right here, these ladies right here, this is what that be acting like they finna self-delete themselves. This is these people are what I call pump fakers, right? Pump fakers are people that it's very inconvenient to have them around because because they didn't get it done in their self-deletion attempt. Now you got to watch out for, you got to worry about them self-deleting, even though they weren't really fully committed. Because if you were fully committed, you'd get it done. But we're going to talk about it and make everybody else around your vicinity worried about it. Because you're talking about you want to self-delete yourself, but you're not finna get it done. So right here we have a pump faker. And I want you to watch this video. I might have to mute it, but let's see. I tell myself I don't care that. So right here, we're gonna have to mute. We're gonna have to mute. So, yep. So right here, let's analyze the video again. 4 weeks before my attempt, she's at a concert having a grand old time.
I don't care.
She's a Target employee, so you already know she has her priorities out of whack. If you're splurging on uh $500, $600 tickets and you work at Target, I don't care how many hours you working at Target, that's probably not the best use. And you know, with ladies, you know, especially during the summertime, they do this very often. 2 weeks before my attempt, so you can tell this is a partier, right? And on top of that, you know, when we talk about depression, when we talk about self-deletion attempts, um then we give them people like this solution. Hey, maybe you should stop drinking, maybe you should stop taking drugs, maybe you should stop smoking weed, maybe you should stop taking this, maybe you should stop shooting up this. And they act like this has nothing to do with why I'm depressed or why I am self deletecidal, if that's a word.
I feel like I died.
So this is also a promiscuous woman, you can tell. The day before my attempt, right?
I feel your touch.
And here, right here. So right here, she gets a tattoo before her self-deletion attempt. Talk about peak narcissism. A self-deletion tattoo before, I mean, maybe it is a tattoo before her self-deletion attempt. And now everybody got to know about this story, right? And you're just like, dog. You're literally just like, now, look, man. I want you to see some of the comments real quick. He said the tattoo before the attempt screams attention seeker. Exactly. He said, you got a suicide tattoo. Oh, I accidentally said it. You got a self-deletion tattoo 5 hours before you tried. And right here, there's a girl. There's obviously going to be a girl up here that's going to be like, these comments are sickening. I'm like, hey, man. Oh, but this is okay. This I'm going to leave this post at this before I go to the next post. How the F you fail at dying? And this is this is what I don't get right here. It's like you're so dude, you could die. It doesn't take much. You just find the tallest bridge and sayonara, right? Or find the tallest building. If you live in New York, it should be pretty easy, right? But or and this is the reason why I don't be buying these pump fakers, I like to call them. If you wanna commit self deletion so bad, just sign up for the Marines. Why don't you sign up for the Marines? But I might die. That's the point. It's a win-win situation for you. You get to help defend your country. You won't be scared. And worst case scenario, you live, and you could just get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario, you live, but they don't ever want to join the military. They don't want to they don't want to do certain jobs, risky jobs. I'm like, oh, so you want to live? You know what I mean? So it's really hard for like, especially me. Like, it's really hard for me, especially not necessarily that I've been through some ish, because we've all been through something, but I've seen people go through hell. Like, literally, I'm talking about, I've seen a woman go through some terrible things, and they not self-deleting themselves, dog. They like, please. Like, you got people out here trying to live, and here you are. You live in the suburbs. Right? You live in the suburbs and you trying to act like you finna delete yourself, and you can't even do that. You can't even do that right. You can do nothing right in life, but you can't even do that. Oh man, hold on for a second, man. Oh, I see Jameson in the chat. Let me see. I see tactical. The CIA is perfect for women. Espionage, lying, subterfuge. Just tell them the enemy is a rich guy from Dubai and that mission is on. I agree. I agree. FBI, CIA, anything. I agree. That, yes. Soldier, hell no. Let me see. Was she trying to die from ink poison? Look, man, I'll say this, man. I know girls like this, dog. Unfortunately, I done. You see that Cash App you see in the bottom that you see? Do not be surprised if one of these girls in the future talk about. I remember your Cash App. I'll be caught then. I'll be caught. Do not be surprised if you see one of these girls like, yeah. Unfortunately, I've been with girls like that. Let's see what tactical insight this is here. Valentine's Day around the barracks is bleak, man. When I tell you the female soldiers are legit long faced and depressed, it's crazy. Not only because I work in a lot of bars, so man, you go to these clubs, look, man. When you see these ladies, when you see a lot of these people drunk, bro, you hear the truth, dog. You hear the truth. And a lot of these 304s, they are so miserable. And it's not even a matter of laughing about it. It's just like it's annoying because you already know that same girl's gonna turn around, act like everything's all good. Then she's gonna come to the bar telling everybody their business. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we could put the self-deletion crew as part of the EOD disposal teams. they won't do that. They won't do that. That's what I'm saying. They not really about it. They not really about it. They pump fakers. They Carmelo Anthony of the Knicks. All that pump faking at the 3-point line. You'll never know what he finna do. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. I actually love Carmelo Anthony. That's not even. I'm just poking fun at him. But you got these people. They're pump fakers, dog. They ain't finna go through with it. They're not gonna go through with it. They pump fakers. And I believe these people are toxic. And I don't understand why we don't call these pump fakers out. These are toxic people, and they be wasting people's time. They wasting people's time. I'm sorry. Look, man. I remember, Corey Holcomb says, because me and Corey Holcomb, we on the same page on this end. One of the funniest things I ever heard him say. They were covering Regina King's son that committed self-deletion. And in typical Corey Holcomb fashion, he said it like this. He's like, hold on. Anybody thinking about committing self-deletion, just send me a email of your picture and we'll tell you what to do afterwards. It was that's one of the darkest things I ever heard from somebody. But I agree, low key. And his point afterwards was like, look, man, there's people out here trying to live and you out here trying to die. I mean, homie, let's just look, if you're gonna commit self-deletion, just get it done. Just get it done. Right? We'll have your respects, we'll pay your respects for you. We give you a little memorial service. We won't give you no open casket. You know what I'm saying? We give you right before lunchtime. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll pay your respects for you. Then we'll all move on with our lives because this is ridiculous. And then it's funny when you actually look at like the self-deletion stats, where it's like, what is it? It's like um is basically like more women attempt it, but more men actually end up doing it. like men have like way less attempts, but like way more deaths from self-deletion, while women do a lot of attempting, but they don't follow through. There's a lot of jokes that you can make on it, but I'm not trying to get my stream taken down. So let's move on to another video that I might do. Let's move on to another video. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. And like I said, if you look, Look, man, it's a lot of people out here that's struggling. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. All right. Now, right here, I did not see this video.
Y'all don't want to hear.
Look, I did not see this video yet. I did not see this video yet.
Y'all don't want to hear this.
Oh my God. It's too fast. It's too fast. It's too fast. It's too fast. Let me hear what she has to say here. Because I seen I remember there was a lady similar to this last year. There was a lady last year. Basically, people talk about that we are misogynists. This was this woman last year that basically dropped a video. And she was talking about how she don't want no female pilot. Like she was saying misogynistic stuff. Like she was saying actual misogynist, so much so like they had her account banned so many times. It was like it was a black woman with short hair, and she was saying some wild stuff. So I don't know if this might be in the mold of this. I haven't listened to this video yet. Let's preview it here. So right here, when we see the caption, it's a woman here saying she's telling men to stop dating black women. So let me hear her out. Let me hear her out. Let me hear her out before we call her a self-hater. You know what I mean? Let's hear her out. Let's hear her out. Let's hear her out.
Want to hear this? But I'm gonna tell you, because I love black men so much. Stop wasting your time with black women. Stop. They not loving you. They not listening. They not willing to submit. They think they too independent to be submissive and be equal and be a companion and be a comforter and bring you peace. They think they too good for that because they mama told them to go get them a man with some money since they knew how to talk and walk. Go get you a white woman. She's gonna get money, have good credit, come with a house and land and still be submissive. Go get you a white woman. Still be submissive. Sure is. They still gonna submit and still treat you and love your dirty jaws, love you on your sweatiest day, and not talk about you to her other Karen friends. She's not gonna talk about your business. Go get you a white woman. I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me. Listen. Go get you a white woman. These black heifers don't appreciate you, you black king. Y'all don't want me because I'm too loud. Y'all don't want me because
This girl wilding. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this real quick before I go back. I see Reaper, I see you. Reaper, I see you. Let me talk about what you said real quick. Let's see. He said, how you feel about Corey Holcomb backtracking with regards to Shannon Sharp? Look, man, Shannon Sharp's a big dude. Yeah, Reaper, you just been on my channel only for a little while, but I've talked about this. Dude, look, people try who they want to try, right? So look, most people are not finna step to Shannon and talk about, oh, you gay. Nobody finna say that to his face. Who's finna say that to his face? Shannon Sharp, this is a big dude. He about 6'2", 6'3", yoked up. He was one of the first like athletes that was really on that toning. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to like bodybuilding. He was one of the first to really show off his physique. One of the first ones. So it's look, most look, I knew he was going to backtrack with the Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp's a big dude. First of all, what people don't understand, gay people are very strong. Gay men are very strong, man. Look, man. Look, gay men are some of our best fighters, some of our best athletes were gay men. People don't know this. Some of our strongest, dude. Look, I played with a player and I had a feeling that he was gay, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on that end. But he was one of the strongest people I've played against. I'm talking about during practice. I'm like, this ninja of ox, but he's gay. Gay people are very strong. Dennis Rodman. How do you think Dennis Rodman being at 6'4", 6'5" was still able to like this is one of the strongest dude. People didn't want it with Dennis Rodman, and he was smaller than most of his opponents. But he had that, he got that gay strength. Gay people are very strong, dog. Before they get that package, if you know what I'm talking about, before they get hit with that heavy jivvy, gay people are very strong, dog. I don't know what it is. Gay men are very strong. All right. Women make more attempts because it's about attention seeking. They choose less gruesome ways to do it, and those tend to not work as well. Men will do stuff like suck, start a shotgun. Yeah, that's true. But let's go back to what the woman was, what she was saying, right? What she is saying when she said stop dating black women, I'm gonna open up something to you. There was a white guy that I used to work with, a white dude. This is a white dude that told me this. This was in 2018. He told me, he was like, look, bro, I've been talking to you for a while. I kind of know how you are. I kind of got a good profile on you. Now, he said, he told me when it comes to dating, he said, for me, looking at you, you probably should not be dating black women. Now, in the past, I've primarily dated black and Latino women. That's what I used to do. But he said, bro, you probably shouldn't be doing that. He said, bro, like, this is a white dude. This is what he said. For you, he said you need you're probably gonna be better off with a white girl. And this is a guy, this is a white dude. Like he's not a racist, bro. This is a guy that grew he was one of the nicest people at where I was working at. One of the nicest people I working at. He basically said similar to what she said, where basically he's like, I'm looking at your profile. You don't really like to argue. I be seeing you. You be mad chill. He said you probably shouldn't be dating black women. I swear. He's on everything. He said that. He said, look, probably for you, a black woman. He said a black woman for you, she's not going to give you peace on that end. Or he said basically do not. He said for me, and he said for me specifically, do not date Hispanic women at all. Now, I've done the complete opposite because I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. I don't. I don't believe in one race of women is better than the other. I do not believe that at all. That's I'm sorry. That's what I was trying. I was trying to tell him that, but for anybody that's gonna attack this woman for her opinion, I'm just gonna say this. I've heard people tell I'm talking about tell me, tell different people, look, that's probably not your lane to go. So she's not the only one with that that opinion, not the only gender with that opinion. So that's what I'm gonna say about that end. Now I don't know, she's probably doing that for views, but let's see, Jameson. She said she stopped just short of saying a white woman is gonna come with 40 acres in a mule. That's what I thought of. I was just like, I was laughing. She was like, oh, she's gonna come with 40 acres in a mule. She got land. But look, I'll say there's pros and cons to dating every race of woman. Now, for me personally, dating white women, it's a love-hate relationship for me because it's a lot of passive aggressive stuff. It's a lot of passive aggressive stuff that I have I have like zero tolerance for the passive aggressive stuff, you know, the little nuances, like, or even like I like I was thinking about this girl recently. She's not white, but she's Middle Eastern, right? But she kind of she's kind of has that same kind of mentality, and she'll throw them little, and I can always catch it, and it bugs me. It bugs me when people are doing that to me. So And on top of that, what people don't understand, when especially like when white women divorce their husband, they go for the jugular. They go for the jugular, meaning you won't even know how heavy they damage their ex-husband, because they'll put a gag order on their ex-husband. Like you won't even know. Like, so you'll grow up, right? And I remember growing up, because you live in the suburbs. I remember hearing from like older white dudes, they try to be giving me advice like, look, just obey and just say yes, dear. And I'll be like, that can't be no life. Right. But as I grow older, I understand why they say that, because they have way too much to lose. They have way too much to lose to be on some wholesome masculine frame. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? On a girl. And the stuff that white women can pull on the man, that nah. So this is what has turned me off about white women, especially me growing up. When I was in elementary school, the stuff I would see older white women do is like, now I'll say this: white women from ages 18 to 23 can be amazing, but like I say, those girls, they turn into Coach Greg Adams like to say, Kaylee's turning to Karen. And once that transformation happens, it's that transformation from from Kaylee to Karen. It's a muff. It's a motherfucker, bro. That transformation. Anyway, that transformation is crazy. He said, "Yeah, but Corey, we'll go over that." But okay. So then, when you're dealing with black women, you have to watch out, because a lot of them very masculine. Especially if you're dealing with hood chicks. So you're talking about, and it's not now. The positive is a lot of them won't do that, hide the coochie games with you, but at the same time, they gonna set you up. Like they because they got they're always, Pookie is always around the corner. So if you do something wrong, you're gonna have simps, like particularly with black women and Latino women, what they have simps that they summon, like Shadow Khan from Jackie Chan. I don't know if you seen Jackie Chan Adventures. I don't know if I can show a clip, but what they do, what they do is they can just summon them like Shadow Khan, and they'll pop out like it's like a shadow. You see like these ninjas coming out of nowhere. That's what black women be doing, and they get you set up. They'll lie about something, get you fired up, and get a simp to approach you. This has happened to me. This has happened to me so many times. It's just like, damn. And then when you're dealing with Spanish women, yes, they're good in terms of, those are the one of the few of women that really want to be a wife, that take pride in being a wife, but you're not gonna have no peace in your life. You're not gonna have no peace in your life. And I'm sorry, the stereotypes are true. Hide your knives. Any sharp objects, keep them away from all Spanish women. I don't care if you call me a racist, but and on top of that, Spanish, Latin, particularly from what you're talking about, Southern America, Central American Latinas, right? They seem to be able to summon their male relatives at a whim. They run deep. So be careful with that. And we already know what Asian women, they like to poison people's food. Anyways, let's go here. Let's talk about Corey Holcomb a little bit. So Reaper Rel said, yeah, but Corey shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. Well, Corey's going to speak his mind. He's not perfect. He's not perfect. And like what you said, Corey punked out on the Stephen A. Smith. Look, man, he should have never taken that picture. But like I said, like I know how Corey is. I already know what he was thinking. He's like, man, F it. If I'm gonna sell out, I'm gonna sell out all the way. So he took that picture with that chicken. Oh man. I don't know if I can pull it up. Let me pull up that picture, bro. Cause I was like, man, you really took that picture with that chicken, man. Oh man, Corey Holcomb. I'm gonna search up that chicken pic that he took. Picture with Stephen A. Smith. And the irony is, I remember he said that he was mad one time that his wife took a picture with him, with him, and he was mad about that on one of his this is one of his older shows. I don't can I put a can I make it full screen? I don't know if I could. But he did the picture with the chicken, man. I was like, no, why? Let me see. View image. Okay, right here, man. I cannot believe this. I don't know if it's sharing, but yeah, that picture right there, if you can see it to the left, I can't zoom in because it's on a separate tab. I can't zoom in for some reason, but yeah, man, when he took that picture with that chicken, I was like, no. Why would you do that, bro? But I'm glad that he did come to his senses and realize that Stephen A. Smith was just playing him. You know what I mean? Stephen A. Smith, I don't really have a lot of respect for him as a man. And, you know, Corey Holcomb was one of the few people that was calling him out. So I still have respect for him on that end. And on top of that, in yesterday's show, he basically gave Kevin Hart a cop out where he was just like, look, man, he was basically mad that Monique called out Kevin Hart for not helping him. For not helping her. And he was basically, look, man, Kevin with them people, man, he can't do what he do. And I'm like, ah. But I see what Corey Holcomb is saying on that end in terms of, look, man, look, she did say that Kevin Hart helped her with some money. So Monique should have had, that means something. You know what I mean? And Monique should have had at least the how can I say this? She should have had the presence of mind to understand that Kevin Hart can't move the way that other people move because he's part of the system. Kevin Hart is what we call somebody that has been selected, right? He's part of the system. So there's only so much that he can do. So Monique shouldn't have put him on blast because she did say that he helped her in a financially. So she should have honored that and kind of gave him a pass. So I did understand Corey Holcomb's point on that end, but yeah, Corey Holcomb, he's not gonna speak ill on Kevin Hart because I guess they used to be friends or whatever. But I think it's that blind loyalty that he has to Kevin Hart, that's gonna be the death of him, bro. I just don't agree with that blind loyalty that he has for Kevin Hart, especially he doesn't even like. I've seen Bill Burr, like I saw a clip of Bill Burr talking about, yo, these are the best comedians in the game, and Kevin Hart didn't even want to mention Corey Holcomb, and Bill Burr mentioned Corey Holcomb. Right, the evil white man, right? Bill Burr had to mention him. You know what I mean? It's like I said, so Bill Burr had to mention him. And I'm like, man, isn't Corey supposed to be your boy, Kevin? And it's interesting. Bill Burr did a show with Corey Holcomb. Even Tiffany Haddish did a show with Corey Holcomb. And she's an industry plant. That's she a definition of an industry plant. I already know when Tiffany Haddish went on the Corey Holcomb show, I already know her agent was blowing up her phone like, bro, what are you doing? But anyway, let's oh man. Oh man.
Ever seen a shrink before?
Therapy, yeah. I went.
Whoa, man. Where's my save post? Where's my save post? But anyway, man. Let's find another clip before I sign out. Let's find another clip that I'm interested in that I might cover. Will it be? Oh, hold on for a second. I just lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right here. Man. This is interesting. Let's go into this real quick. Let's go into this. Here you have a very famous a so-called private chef. Wink wink. Oh, I see a couple of comments. Let me answer your questions real quick. He said Corey Holcomb, one of my favorite comedians, but he don't stand on shit and he a hypocrite. That's true. You see, I know you're trying to cover for Corey, but nah. I'm not covering for Corey. He is what he like. Look, man. Look, most people are not brave enough to go fully in, right? I'm one of those people. Look, Reaper, let me give you a background on me real quick. Okay. I was the same type of dude. I went all up in, like, when my parents had moved to a new church, right? And when you're talking about church people, their reputation is everything to them. But I don't care about that, right? When I was a kid. So when people were, I remember they was going on around talking about religion and what is this? And I remember I outright said in front of everybody, in front of my brother, in front of my sister, I was like, I don't really believe in this this Jesus Christ thing. But and dude, do you understand how damaging that is? Right. So, like, I've done stuff like, I'm talking about, I've stood on my own, on my beliefs, on everything. I remember talking about, I remember being ostracized by talking about the alphabet community in front of my classmates and all this. Dude, trust me. It's not as easy to stand on your own as people put it on. So I respect when people can just put certain truths out there. Now I don't expect Corey Holcomb to go out against Kevin. That's not going to happen. Especially if what Corey Holcomb is saying is true about Kevin was the only person that was brave enough to let him open for him. Now, if that's true, I understand why Corey Holcomb is not gonna OD go against Kevin. Because the industry's a dirty game. And like even me, for example, I'll be shocked when certain people take a liking to me. So if I hear even negative words about the few people that took a liking to me, I'll be like, nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Because it's very few people that it's interesting, the people that have taken a liking to me. I'll be like, wow, I didn't know you liked me a little bit. Let me see. Don't be a loudmouth on other fruit booties in Hollywood knowing you got Kevin Hart doing similar shit. And on top, let me see. That is true. And I'll say this. I'm surprised he don't talk about Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry gave him a job. You know what I mean? Let me see. And I'll say this. I'm surprised that Cat Williams didn't really talk negatively about Tyler Perry. And I kind of felt that same way. Like, even though he be wearing them dresses and it's kind of clear what he is, Cat Williams said, and I believe the same thing. We put too much pressure on a lot of our black um entrepreneur, meaning because he has his own studio. He's one of the few black people that has like their own studio, so much so that during the pandemic he was making bank because he was the only person that had his own studio, so people can still make movies and stuff, so they had to go to his studio. So that was very important, you know what I mean? But that doesn't change what Tyler Perry is. But I do have to give Tyler Perry his credit in having his own thing. He said, no, Monique is a bum. Kevin Hart didn't owe her. We could talk about how Monique is a fractured woman who talks all this my baby shit, but literally abandoned her son off of fame. And what's interesting is Corey Holcomb defended her on that. That was interesting to me. Corey Holcomb kind of defended her on that end. Look, when it comes to people's families, look, we don't know what happened. But so I got to do more research on that end in terms of her and her son. But I got to do more research on that because I don't want to jump to conclusions. He said, "Would love you having a show on Monique and how she abandoned her son." Like I said, I got to do more research on that. You know what's funny about Kevin Hart? When Patrice O'Neal was alive and they had the cellar crowd, Kevin Hart was always seen as corny. Yeah, but like I said, when in terms of, it's rare that the actual top talent is on the mainstream. The only way if somebody of top talent can be on the mainstream is if somebody in the industry just takes a liking to you. Like you see how Conan, he just takes a liking to Bill Burr. You know what I mean? And that actually helps Bill Burr out a little bit. You know what I mean? There's certain people in the mainstream that just takes a liking to a Bernie Mac when he was alive, right? Because he was funny. Some people are just that talented. They're like, man, we gotta get him up here. You know what I mean? But most of the time, the actual cream of the crop is not gonna be what they put as the number one. They're gonna put Kevin Hart as the number one because there's certain things that you have to do. You know what I mean? There's certain things you got to do. But here, I want to go into this topic here where if you see this lady's profile, right? And this is a bit off course off toxic femininity. I'm a bit off that now. But I wanted to show you this because I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on this or not. I was flirting with it. But here, when you see a woman, right, on Instagram talking about I'm a private chef, or I'm a private chef for NBA, or I'm a private yoga instructor for NBA players or NFL players, you know, you guys should already know what that means. And what happens is when people point this out, when a few people are like, this is an Antonio Brown situation waiting to happen. When you remember Antonio Brown had that female artist over to draw a portrait of him, and then she's complaining about, and then she ends up talking about, oh, he flashed me, whatever, when he was taking a shower. And when you have these people doing these professions, talking about I'm a private chef for a NBA player, and I gotta put an NDA, meaning we don't know which NBA player hired her. We already know what her position is for that. Right? But the thing is, girls are very good at dressing stuff up to make sure it doesn't show them as the prostitute that a lot of them are, right? So let's take a look at this video. So it's just her cooking, right? No, you know, very innocent, nothing to worry about. But here's how I see past it. It's interesting how we have a whole generation. So right here, she says, point of view, you're a private chef for an NBA player. Now, what's interesting is if we look at her, because I haven't looked at her profile yet. But it's interesting that she don't want to put the names of who she's working with. You know what I mean? Look, bottom line is she's not just cooking for these NBA players. I'm just letting you guys know. She can dress it up however she feels like it. She's not just cooking for those NBA players. Let's keep it, or whatever athlete that decides to hire her as a private chef. We'll put that in quotation marks. All right. Um, you're gonna see a lot of, or when you see, let's give you another example. When you talk about female NBA sideline reporters, they're there to catch, if you know what I mean. Okay. They're there to see if they can catch a quote unquote high value man. So you see the stuff, like you'll see their dress. You'll see how they're dressing up as a sideline reporter, and they're just like, okay, I'm a. She said, I'm gonna catch somebody. You know, like I said, and mind you, these would be the same ladies, right? The irony of this, most of them, I ain't gonna cook, I ain't gonna learn how to cook and blah blah blah, but they're gonna do it for an NBA player. So it's not a matter of it's not a matter of oh, she don't want to cook or clean and blah blah. It's just that she just doesn't want to do it for you. That's why I try to tell dudes, because what will end up happening is she'll end up doing that anyways, or she'll end up being a cleaning lady, and you're like, so you so she ends up cooking and cleaning anyways as a profession, you know what I mean? But she just doesn't see you as valuable enough to do it. You know, when we're talking about, unfortunately, we're in the era of conditional, femininity. But like I said, when you see girls like this, when she's talking about, I'm a private chef for NBA players, or I'm a private yoga instructor, right? That's the cover, right? That's the cover. All right. And even if she's doing it the clean way, even if she's doing it cleanly, and she's really doing it she's actually doing some decent business for it, trust me, she's the only men that she's shopping for are those guys. And even if she had a sense of, okay, I'm gonna see what things are out here, she's not gonna be able to respect anybody else but NBA players, because she's literally working with these people side by side. There's no way she's gonna be able to look at the average guy with any respect. So let's take a look at her profile. Let's start doing some. You see, okay. I didn't even look at her profile yet, but you see, when we see this right here, performance private chef content creator. What do you mean by that? Oh man. Wait, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Wait, so she's already wait a minute. It says here, bruh. So she's she's already an NBA player's wife. Why does she put bruh? Oh man, she needs to open up with that instead of just, I'm a private chef for an NBA player. You got to put that. And you know what, even then, this still helps me out. It's interesting for pro athletes, when you talk about, even when we're talking about these so-called track cons, and you'll see how the track con women will make their videos and whatnot, and how they're living their track con life and how beautiful it is. But it literally requires the man to be like making a ridiculous amount of money that most men are not going to be able to attain. So when you're seeing posts like this, remember, she's not going to do that for the average man. This is what people got to understand. She's not going to do that for the average man. All these people posting about their life, you know what I mean? Believe those women when they say, oh, I'm only doing it for the right man. That's just code word for saying most of these dudes out here are average to me. In her mind, I'm not finna do, you know what I mean? How many people or dudes in the past that she dated, she probably never even thought about cooking for them. She's like, nah, I ain't finna do that for that dude. You know what I mean? It's a conditional femininity. This is what we're dealing with. But she should have opened up with that. But that still even goes in my point when we're talking about the trad-con wives and how they're making like a lot of trad-con wives are making videos like this. But meanwhile, the husband is literally having to make like $500,000 a year just so she can be able to have that aesthetic of I'm a cook. Why is she putting that I'm a private chef and a wife of an NBA player? Why don't you just say I am a wife? Here's my cooking stuff. it's I think it's the point where she just doesn't want to make it look like she's jobless. He probably he probably pays her too. But can we so who is the NBA husband? Who is the husband? He probably on the This is a Janae Aiko type girl. This is a Janae Aiko type girl. She ashamed to put her husband out with her husband because I'm pretty sure they put what the husband is, and then people gonna be on her ass about, oh, he only on the bench. This is a Janae Aiko type girl, bro. This is a Janae Aiko type. She a Janae Aiko type. Yeah, she not even putting who the hubby is and his wife. Yeah. She's still low key, she's still shopping. You see, she got a link tree. Okay, I'm gonna click this link tree now. This better not lead me into nothing crazy. Okay, all right, that's not bad, but still. Them link tree bitches, mine. Anyway, let's find one last video that we can go over real quick. Anything that I missed? Any videos that I've covered? Okay, right here. This happened a while back. So I'm not going to do a video on this, but so this is a good thing. I was supposed to cover this last month, but I was like, nah. So right here, anybody know this female rapper Caribou? I've only seen her in like clips, in little clips here and there. But what was interesting about her, there was a live stream that got leaked. She did like a live stream, right? And she flipped out on Lil Yachty, and she tried to cover it up, right? Now, the problem is with these female artists signed to these dudes, right? Whenever I will say 8 times or 9 times out of 10, any female artist, specifically, especially when it comes to the rap game, when they signing these female artists, they fucking them. They smashing. Even if they didn't start off smashing, they end up smashing. Whoever the top dog of the group that she signed with, she's smashing. Whether the label owner or the top rapper of the label, they end up smashing. It's inevitable. And I remember seeing her, and people are trying to talk about, oh man, Lil Yachty just got this new fire artist. I'm like, I'm looking at her. Yeah, he's just probably smashing the bitch. But I was a misogynist, right, for saying this. But there was a video that leaked even before this live video. I don't know if it's in there, but let me see if I can find it real quick, because this was the confirmation that Lil Yachty and Caribou were smashing. This was the confirmation right here. Caribou looking at Yachty, because this is the confirmation right here. Caribou looking at Yachty in the studio, because we were trying to talk about she official. she official. I'm like, nah, she just smashing. She probably just smashing Yachty. Let me see, Caribou. Lil Yachty looking at each other in studio. I don't know if I can find that video when they got caught looking at each other. That shit was hilarious. Oh man, I can't. They not showing me the video. They not showing me the video. I gotta find that video when they got caught looking at each other in the studio. That shit was funny, dog. Let's see, we got all Urban Central, but all right, right here. I got you right here. So okay. So all Urban Central has all the clips. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, watch this right here. When this video of them leaked of Yachty and Carabao together in the studio, I was like, oh yeah, they smash. It basically, I was proven right. I was just like, they're just like, yep, everybody's like, yep, they're smashing. It's official. They're smashing right here. So this clip right here leaks and it ends up proving me right.
What's wrong with this nigga?
You're so crazy. You're so
wrong with this nigga?
So right here, let me rewind that one more time. Look at them. When you see stuff like this, because I see this stuff all. This is why I be talking people, because people will talk about they're like brother and sister. Nigga, stop. And not only that, I'm pretty sure she smashed everybody in Lil Yachty's crew too. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it. It's not just Lil Yachty. She probably smashed everybody in the crew. When you see a girl like that, especially she's not really that talented, she smashed everybody in the crew. But when you see stuff, I be seeing stuff like this, right? And then I come on here on Instagram, right? Or on YouTube, and I gotta hear 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old girls, 22-year-old girls talking about men and women, we're just friends. Nah. Stop it, man. Stop it. This is the stuff I be seeing. I'll just be like, okay. Okay. That's your friend, right? Okay. That's your brother, right? Or you'll be dating a girl like this, and she's clearly smashing these people in her industry to see if she can get across. Even the talented girls got to do that. It's the industry. You see stuff like this, and then I'll see this, and then they'll act like I'm crazy for what I'm saying.
What's wrong with this nigga?
You're so crazy.
So right here, okay. So now this leaks. You can't last one round. So I remember this video ends up leaking where basically Carabao snapped on Lil Yachty. I don't know what it was, but whatever happened, Lil Yachty ran away. He ran away, and I knew what that was. He was making sure that he don't get no lawsuit. Because you already know how this deal. Then she's gonna talk about, oh, he pressured me into doing this and blah blah blah. This is why. Look, if you guys, anybody that's listening to me, that's thinking about starting a music label or anything, beware. Don't be signing no female artists off of, oh, she cute. Let me make her a star. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's gonna backfire on you. Trust me.
Don't run. Yeah, you're running. You're running. You're scared. He's scared. Huh? And that's y'all president. That's who y'all look up to. Y'all talking about one night this, one night that. He can't even last one round.
You see? And what was interesting, I think she even deleted the post, but she ended up posting a retraction. And this was her excuse. This was the excuse right here. This was the excuse right here. This is the excuse right here. So this was a retraction video, and what that retraction was really, that's called NDA. That's called non-disclosure agreement. Got put in her face, and she had to go and write that retraction if she was going to make sure her records still keep playing on the radio, low key. But this is her retraction. Listen to her retraction. Look at the excuse, because when she clearly said you can't last one round, it's pretty obvious what she's talking about. But look how she covers this. Look how she covers this up. You heard that excuse? Any of you got? Oh, I'm not sharing this tab. I didn't share the tab. My bad. Let's replay the video. Let's replay the video.
If I didn't think that, I would probably.
So right here, this is her
I
retraction.
think rounds like guns going off, but y'all didn't think that because y'all horny. All y'all do is sit on and look at porn all day, and be on Twitter talking about people y'all don't know all day. And you know what else? Y'all never did nothing in your life. You're civilians. You have no history. You never did no crime, and that's why y'all didn't even think about the other type of rounds like guns going off or people fighting. Rounds like fighting. If I didn't think that, I would probably think rounds like guns going off. But y'all didn't think that because y'all horny. All y'all do is sit on and look at porn all day, and be on Twitter talking about people y'all don't know all day. And you know what else? Y'all never did nothing in your life. You're civilians. You have no history. You never did no crime, and that's why y'all didn't even think about the other type of rounds like guns going off or people fighting. Round.
That's called. Now nobody's buying this. Bish, what else was you talking about, bro? But like I said, like you like everybody will see the obvious, but the thing is, well, women will gaslight you. That's one thing women will do. Women will gaslight the ish out of you and act like you crazy. And then you're seeing what's happening, and you're like, nah, it's kind of clear in your live. You were talking about, oh, Ninja, you couldn't even last one round. Looky, he running, he's scared, bruh. Hey, look, we already know this is the industry, and look, I'm sorry, man. I can't. It's really hard. It's hard for me to believe women at face value in 2024. I'm sorry. Ever since what I went through in college that first year, I'm sorry. I just don't believe women when they talk, and most of the time I be right. Or if I'm wrong about the assumption, it's not necessarily that I was wrong. Is that it's a matter of, it's like she was like she still left something out, and you know what I my instinct, unfortunately, is always right now. Basically, since 2017, since 2018 on, I've been pretty spot on. Gary, I see that comment. She's like, Cap. Cap. That's like when I see it, I'm just like, come on, like, who do you think you're talking to? We all know that you're smashing. Let's look at this video one more time. Let's look at this video of them in the studio one more time. Let me share this video again. This is funny to me. Let's look at this. Let's look at this video one more time. Look at them in the studio together. Look at them in the studio together.
wrong with this nigga?
You don't look. Come on, like anybody that got any experience out here, we already know what that look mean. They smashing. And when that video dropped a couple of weeks before that blow up, everybody in the comments was like, "Oh yeah, they smashing." I'm talking about men, women in the comment section, like, "Yeah, they smashing. It's official." Right? But then when the video like this pops up,
What's going on?
Don't run. Yeah, you're running. You're running. You're scared. He's scared. Huh? And that's y'all president. That's who y'all look up to. Y'all talking about one night this, one night that. He can't even last one round.
I mean, and on top of that, like for you to go like something happens and then you go directly on live, like clearly you were upset about him saying something or doing something or whatever it is, you got upset. Like I said, side chicks don't know their place. Side chicks don't know their place, and you got upset about something and you went straight to live. It's pretty clear what the situation is, but they're gonna act like we crazy. We're just crazy. And anytime men bring stuff like this up, they act like we're crazy. This what kills me. Or what they be saying. This is one thing I hate when women do this. They'll be like, "Where are you meeting these type of women for you to have these type of experience?" And I'm like, you know, good and damn well. Be like, you know, good and damn well what I'm talking about. Man, stop, stop. I'm not gonna do I don't think I'm gonna do because it's late. I think, but let's look at some of these comments. Let's look at some of these comments real quick. Okay. He said what she said was real. Some y'all just ain't ready to. Oh my God. Wait, so they believe her? I didn't even look at the comments when I saved this video. Okay, right here. He said, man, she knew what she meant. She trying to correct herself now because she thought about the money and what he do for her. This is facts. Because the thing is, when you got these dudes or these rappers, right? They sign these female artists, right? Off of lust. You know what I mean? Like on the same wavelength of when managers are hiring certain type of girls for like for stores. It's different. Like if you're at a coffee shop, like if you're at a coffee shop, you got to hire pretty girls. That's different. You know what I mean? If you you know what I mean? But it's off that same rail. Oh, okay. The manager hiring this girl. Okay. She has no experience, but you're looking at her. Oh, she got big tits, big, but oh, I see why you got hired. Anyway, I see why you got hired. So guys that are hiring women off of lust, this is gonna end up happening. It's gonna turn into drama. I'm telling you guys, right? It's going to turn into drama. You know, I had plans, you know, sometimes I collab or when I help people out, I don't do it off looks, bro. Trust me, or status. I go off talent because I believe the talent eventually, even if it doesn't help me out, I'm not looking at, oh, I want you to help me out. I'm looking at it. This if like if I'm like for me personally, if I was gonna do a label, I know who I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna sign only talented people. I'm not even gonna go off looks because I already know how that's gonna go, and I'm probably gonna be very reluctant to hire certain females. But I already know like the women that I'm gonna hire, I know who to hire. I know who to hire, and they're very talented. But I'm not finna just okay. We need this girl right here. Okay, right? No. Because I know first of all, I know ninjas is thirsty. I know ninjas is gonna get fight. It's not even just me. I know ninjas is gonna be over fights over this girl. I'm talking about she could be a great girl too. I'm talking about well behaved. It's gonna be ninjas fighting over this. Oh man. But like I said, I could tell Yachty does a lot for her behind the scenes for her career. That's why I be saying the gaslighting is terrible. I'm like, bro, stop. They be just the gaslighting is crazy. like they act like we stupid when we. I'm like, you might as well say, look, I made a mistake. I won't do that again. I won't put Lil Yachty on blast. That's what you should have done. And not even really confirm it. You don't even have to just say, man, I'm sorry, I put him on blast like that. You could have just said that. I could respect that. Because everybody already know y'all fucking. Everybody already know y'all fucking. Everybody know. It's no secret. He said, why you capping, Miss Booty Chin? Oh, right here. That's the okay, I like this one. It said that's the NDA talking. Bingo. Because a lot of time, well, people don't understand. People like women will crash out and say things. Put church business out there, and then or dudes will say certain things, and then will say something about a person with power, and instead of them going missing, they end up writing a retraction, right? Or they'll make another Instagram live video, act like everything's all good, but that's what that really is an NDA. You know what I mean? And they have to make changes. And oh yeah, this is calling us civilians and all that. Oh, we don't know what's going. Stop, stop. That's why I said, oh, her responding like this to everything is a dead giveaway. And I'm like I saying, and like, have you ever like questioned a girl like, are y'all fucking, or is oh no it's that same energy, and then acting like we don't know what we talking about when everybody can see it. It'll be like, have you ever seen like that couple in high school, right? Oh, bro, hold on for a second. I see somebody saying, "What's up?" Salt Lake City. Ooh, Salt Lake City. I got somebody watching for Salt Lake City, man. Salute, man. I don't know. Why do all black podcasters do that? I don't know why we all do that. We be like, salute, man, salute. Yo, but I'm coming in. I'm coming in live from Connecticut right now, bro. Man, shout out to you, man. Salt Lake City, Utah. Woo. Shout out to you. Well, that's different standard time. So, because everybody in the East Coast should be asleep right now. Because everybody got to wake up 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm not going to tell you what my plan is tomorrow. But man, look, I'll say this, man. Be careful, because especially when you're hiring female talent, right? Be careful. Don't let your lust lead you. Don't let your lust lead you, man. I gotta hire. No. Do you really? Because you're thinking, oh, and I already could tell Lil Yachty's doing a lot for her behind the scenes, probably making sure she's pushed, making sure she's getting her time to shine. And then you got these high schoolers, right, try to convince me that Caribou's a good rapper and all this. I'm like, what does she do? What is she there for? She clearly fucking somebody on the crew. That's how it's the industry. But like I said, she's gonna gaslight us until it's but clear, like I'll say this. Lil Yachty, you got a flight risk on your hand, bro. You have a flight risk on your hand. Like, as soon as something went wrong, she went straight to live and then talking about how y'all are in bed together. He's talking about this ninja could even last one round. He running scared. Like, what in the hell? This girl got, bruh, no discretion. You know what I mean? No type of tact. Let's replay that video again, man. This is funny to me. This is funny to me.
You see what's going on?
Don't run. Yeah, you're running. You're running. You're scared. He's scared. Huh? And that's y'all president. That's who y'all look up to. Y'all talking about one night this, one night that. He can't even last one round.
That's everything I need to see right there.
What's wrong with this nigga?
You're so crazy.
Oh man, I remember somebody said something wild. I remember somebody said, "Man, they Caribou lucky she light skin." Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Low key, those are facts. Let me see any more comments before I sign off. Let me see because lasting rounds like a gun went off. What the man? Stop it, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's not just Lil Yachty. She let the whole crew hit. It's almost like a gang initiation. Like when you're talking about female gang members, right? When it comes to female gang members, there's a certain initiations you got to take. Now, it's either you let the females run a train on you, or you let the men run a train on you for you to get initiated inside the gang. And I know girls that do both. That did both. I'm talking about they wild girls like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm a sign off on this and hopefully let me see if I got anything else. I'm gonna let this play one more time real quick.
That's y'all president. That's who y'all look up to. Y'all talking about one night this, one night that. He can't even last one round.
What's wrong with this nigga?
You're so crazy. You're so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible.
How to dress like Lil Yachty. First things first, find the baggiest pair of pants you own. Now get baggier. Next, grab whatever shirt you want to wear. It doesn't really matter because you're going to cover it up with 100 layers.
Yeah, I don't see the talent. I don't see the talent. I don't get it. Like with Caribou, I don't know. I don't get it. You know what I mean? And but like especially because look, man, I done been inside of some of these studios, and I would just tell you this: a lot of the women that they signed, they just dare to bust down. Let's keep it. We'll keep it. Let's keep it a buck because there's actually talented females out there, but they either some of them they're talented but they're fat, right? Or they talented or they don't have the right skin complexion. That stuff like that. It is what it is on that end. But I'm gonna sign off on this. I'm gonna let my East Coast people go to sleep. It looks like everything went according to plan. It looks like my gear is working. Some of my new gear is working. So this is good. This is good. My next live stream, I don't know when that will be. I'm always like very unorganized. I just be deciding, let me just do it real quick. I'm always usually doing it at night. Sometimes I do it in the middle of the day. But I will say this, my next guaranteed live stream, because I had to see if this stuff works. But my next guaranteed live stream, I'm going to be talking about these Christ pill people, the trad cons, or the Christ pill people that are trying to act like the RP ain't. They're trying to go against the RP, and I'm going to make a connection that the Christ pillars are not going to see coming. They're not going to see this coming. I'm going to compare them to people that they're going to get mad at. The Christ pillars they're an interesting bunch. But yeah, I'm going to sign off on here, man. Peace out. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you, Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Master Rich. Delone 801 from Salt Lake City. One of the newest members of the crew. Jameson, Tactical Insider. Shout out to you, Trevor, if you're listening, because I know he be working. He said he'd be listening to me in the background. Ravi and Sarani, Angel, all of you guys, man, thank you for tuning in. It's been real with you guys. I'm gonna sign off on this end. I will have the camera. I'll have my camera next live stream. We're gonna cover the Christ pillars. this is what we're going to cover in my next stream. So peace out, guys.